Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. First things first, I just want to show you guys this. This is my key. Okay, these are my keys. I just received these keys to Chambers, so the girl is officially a chamber baby, like has a chamber, and it is actually one of the most beautiful chambers with the most beautiful views, because I can literally look over the town or the city from this chamber. And I am sharing chambers with the senior council. So for those of y'all that see me, or that follow me on Twitter rather, have seen my tweet, it kind of blew up as well. I'm gonna post it here, you know, just so you can see the tweet. And I just want to firstly just say, Guti, I've been really blessed, and God has been really, really good to me. He's been really, really kind to me, and everything that is happening now is a it's proof of God's love for me. It's proof of God's hand and favor upon my life. And honestly, I really didn't expect this at all. Like, at most, I've been just hoping that my seniors will just give me work and give me briefs, you know, so I can make enough money to, you know, cover my own fees and, you know, survive, and also to just start living and to just start reaping the benefits of my work, you know, the fruit of my work. Because kunini guys, umuntu went to varsity, that was hectic. You thought that was hectic. You graduate, then you realize, okay, this shit is hectic. And then you get admitted, then you realize that, okay, this is the peak of the hecticness. So I've not been having a good time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been I've been having a really tricky time. Like, you know, just even exposure in the profession is very important. If you don't have any connections and stuff like that, networking on its own is just, it's difficult, you know. Trying to find people to give you work, you know, the state attorney as well. Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. And you really need support. So first things first, I did say that I was going to do a video and basically describe how things switched up for me so quickly. So when I got admitted, I made the mistake of sitting at home. Okay, at first I had imposter syndrome, I'm not gonna lie. I got admitted as an advocate, and then I started having this crazy imposter syndrome and feeling like I don't belong here. Do I really belong here? And whatnot. And that went on for a while. So I was really scared to just, you know, put myself out there. I don't know, this is so weird, but I really went through the worst, like, imposter syndrome, and that went on for a while. And ultimately I got over that. I realized, and it's so funny because I got over it because a certain senior counsel, the exact senior counsel that's actually done this big thing for me now, at the time I wasn't even used to her. I was seeing her for the second time, and I went to an event, a conference type of thing, and she was there, and she gave a speech there, and she was talking about imposter syndrome, and she was talking about how we all belong in the profession. So it's a women-in-law seminar that we attended, and she was there. And so she spoke about this, and she spoke about how we all belong here. You worked hard, you did your pupillage, you passed your exams, you deserve to be here. And she was just talking to everyone in general, but it kind of felt like she was talking to me because I was at the peak of my situation of just not putting myself out there. So that was the mistake number one, allowing myself to feel like I don't belong, allowing myself to feel like I am an imposter. And then well, that was something to think about. I thought about it, and after that I kind of got over that. But then I still continue to stay at home. That's mistake number two. If you expect to get work in the profession and you want to be exposed and stuff, you actually need to put yourself out there, which means you need to print your business cards, you need to make your profile, you need to really just be out there, you know, you need to network. And by network, I mean every day. Like, you need to make connections, communications every single day. And so at some point, I came to Chambers and actually introduced myself officially to everyone. like, because before I'd just come to chambers, mind my own business and go back, right? And so I came and I officially introduced myself to everyone. Like, I dedicated a whole day to going door to door within the entire Pabasa and talking to each and every single one of my seniors, everybody that's here, actually, not just seniors, everybody. So I was introducing myself to everybody, including the PAs, the staff, and all the councils. So I would go into each chamber, knock on the door, introduce myself. Hi, I'm so and so. I'm a baby junior. I just started practice. And most importantly, putting it out there that I don't have any work. So I actually was given this advice by one of the PAs. So he was like, bro, you need to put yourself out there. Like, you really need to put yourself out there. You must come to chambers and you must go and introduce yourself to everybody, because nobody knows you. If we don't know you and we're like the young people or the PAs and we know everybody here, then that should tell you everything you need to know. So you're not going to get work sitting at home being invisible. And then I spoke to a senior counsel and he said to me, listen, the only way to make it in this profession is if you're visible, especially as a baby junior. People need to know you. If you're always at chambers, somebody will see you. Maybe that senior's got too much work to do, and they will just say, you know what are you doing? If they see you walking the corridors or whatever, they'll be like, what are you doing? And you say, I'm not doing anything. Then they say, okay, cool, here's a file. Speaking of which, you see, this file was given to me on Wednesday by a senior because I'm visible. So he said to me, here's a brief. I'm giving you a brief. Go work on this. And yeah, you'll get your coins. See, but this is literally 2 weeks after I actually started coming to chambers. So it's actually a full week, you know? And so that's why I'm saying the visibility thing is a thing. So I went door to door, introduced myself, told each and every single one of them, I don't have work, guys. I'm not getting work. Give me work. And they all said, okay, cool. When something comes by, I'll pass it to you. When I need something, also offering deviling services. So I also offered to devil for my seniors, to say to them, you guys, if you need somebody to devil for you, I'm here for that, right? So that was another thing that you should probably do and put yourself out there for. Deviling work is kind of like researching and doing like drafting and things like that for your seniors, usually judges or senior counsels, or not even senior counsel, but anybody that's your senior. In this profession, we work with seniority. So whoever has been in practice for longer than you is your senior, regardless of whether they are a senior counsel, SC, or if they're just a junior senior or senior junior. Yeah, whatever. They call them senior juniors. So for instance, if somebody's been practicing for a year and I've been practicing for 8 months, that person is still my senior, regardless of how long, you know what I mean? So you can devil for your seniors. To become an SC, you need to have been practicing for a certain period of time and you need to have achieved certain things. So that's like a really big deal, and SCs get paid. Kesana. So in any case, yeah, I introduced myself. Some of them are not here, so I continue to introduce myself again this week. So I'm pretty sure everybody knows me now. Like, everybody. And yeah, then we had a lunch last week Friday and everybody was pretty much there. Well, most of them were here and I was there as well. I had a lot of fun. There are some of the councils that are super fun. They drink, you know, and some of them are young. So I love that, because then I don't have to feel awkward about the fact that I like to drink my wines. So what happened after that? Yeah, okay, cool. So I introduced myself, I did all of that, and I continued, and then I started coming again like every single day. And so then I actually came to see the SC that the one that gave me this big opportunity. I came to see her on Wednesday, and I hadn't made an appointment because I had made an appointment about 2 weeks ago, but she's been really busy because she's acting judge. So she was here and I was just like, well, now that she's here, and I heard that she was waiting for her lunch, so I was just like, yep, this is my chance. I'm just going to go and introduce myself, even if it's not the formal meeting. What I wanted from her was to ask her if I can do deviling for her, shadow her, etc., etc. But what I got from her was not something that I had expected or something that I had anticipated. She's very big on empowerment. and transformation, and she is proactive. She's not just about talking, she's about acting. Like, this is how you empower the juniors, and that's exactly what I'm going to do for you, and that's exactly what she did for me. And so she was like to me, if you don't mind, I would like for you to share my chambers with me, travel with me, learn from me. I'll assist you even in terms of getting work and stuff like that, and I'll give you some work to do, and I'll pay you for it even, and you don't have to pay for anything. I'll cover your costs. And I was like, God, who am I that you are so mindful of me, right? Who am I, God, that you are so mindful of me? That's literally what I said. And I'm just like, and it's crazy because this is an answered prayer I've been asking for, like, ta-da, from God for a while. And even the beginning of this week, I literally prayed and I was like, God, please. I even tweeted that and I was like, God, please, like, can this week be life-changing for me? And so let me show you. But like, our chambers have got a lot of files, but like, how cute are our chambers? It's like a little sitting area for our guests, have tea, or if you're tired you can just sit there. We also have like one of the best views because we're overlooking the entire city. Maybe not the entire city, but pretty much a lot. There's like a restaurant there, something Sky, and there's Virgin Active there. I think it's time for me to join the gym, guys. It's right here. I didn't actually know that. Okay, so there's a bunch of restaurants downstairs. Obviously, there's like a medical type of center thing there. Loftus Medical. But yeah, look at how refreshing this view is. So yeah, I don't want this video to be too long. This is not a story time. This was just an update. I'm just gonna do a quick tour of the chambers in general. I think they were mopping here just now. Okay, so she's mopping, so I'm not gonna walk past because it's still wet and I don't want to mess up her thing. I'm just gonna end here, maybe just show you guys the boardroom. So this is the boardroom. Well, this is one of the boardrooms. Okay, there's not one boardroom, there's there's two, I think, or three, I don't really know, but then actually I haven't taken time to note the numbers. But yeah, this is the boardroom, and yeah, so I can't really go anywhere further than that because the floors are wet. Oh, it's actually dry now. That's pretty interesting. So I'm gonna walk on the side because on the side it's dry. If you can see, I just don't want to disrespect the lady that's busy cleaning here. It's dry here on the side. I need water. Malagomil.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So you see? Yeah. Okay. This is the kitchen. I need water. Okay, good. Okay, so that's a small tour. The reception I'll show later. So this is Advocate Pule Mushwadiwa, guys, also a Pabasa member. He's preparing for a consultation, so he's in the other boardroom. I showed you guys the other one. This is the one he's in. Are you shy?
Very shy.
Tell them about Pabasa. How do you like it here?
Well, Pabasa, it's a home away from home. The ethos, the culture, everything is on point. In a nutshell, you feel welcome the minute you walk through those doors.
We're all like a big happy family.
More than a happy family.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've had a few, I haven't even been here for that long. He was here before me, so he's also like a junior, but he's my senior. It's so crazy how this thing works, but he's my senior, but he's also junior. And and like, yeah, he's been orientating me as well, and also giving me advice. Also, the thing I was talking about earlier on about visibility, coming to chambers so that the seniors can see.
No, you need to be here every day.
Yeah.
Every day. A junior must be in chambers every single day.
Yeah.
Yes. You must be visible to your seniors.
Yes. So then that's how you get work. If you don't have briefs, something is bound to land on your table if you actually come to chambers.
Yes. You need to be a people's person. Yes.
Yeah. So guys, in a nutshell, you've heard from another junior who's here. He's also having a good time. He actually just opened his chambers. He just officially moved into a happy junior. He just moved into his chamber.
Yes.
What? Oh yeah, I was about to ask why aren't you consulting in your chambers, but then boardroom is for that. So in any case, so he just moved into his chambers. Was it this week or last week?
Last week.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move into my chambers next year. I've got my own chambers now, but
before the end of this
year. Chambers, but I'm saving, so
no, you'll be fine.
Yeah, so I got an opportunity of a lifetime. Are you jealous? Tell the truth.
Well, the design and the style in your chambers is very beautiful.
It is, ne?
Yeah, extremely. And the view as well.
I did see, you can oversee pretty much most of the town.
The whole of Pretoria.
Yeah.
You see the union buildings. You are closer to the government, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's you've heard, and he repeated pretty much the same thing I said to you guys, which is visibility is important. You need to come to chambers so that everybody can see you. That is one of the tricks to getting work. And I did say that I was gonna make this video to tell you guys how things turned around for me so quickly. And it was literally a matter of me taking everybody's advice and actually making myself visible at chambers and knocking on the doors of the seniors, because that's also important to say, hi, I'm so and so, and guys, like, I need work, I need briefs, because they already know the state attorneys, they already know most of the other attorneys. Also, when attorneys see you in chambers or they see you go, in the building, then they recognize you and they meet you and you talk. And even when you send them your profile, then they are more familiar with you, as opposed to you just claiming that you are Mang from Pabasa, but nobody at Pabasa knows you. So yeah, that is it in a nutshell. I don't think there's anything to add. Is there anything you want, Mr. Mushwadip?
No, other than that, I'm consulting now at 10. It's a divorce matter, and I'm looking forward.
Is it opposed?
By the look of things, it will be opposed, but not as yet.
It's gonna be interesting. You must let me know what happens. Guys, I don't know about marriage. Every day divorce. But then people must keep on getting married, so that
marriage is a beautiful thing.
It is.
Okay.
Okay, so I must get out now because he's having a consultation. I need to leave. Hi, you're on camera. Smile. So I'm showing you guys the other side of Pabasa. It's quite big. This is another one of the waiting rooms. The door is locked, so I can't go out that way. But there are more chambers this side. And this side as well. How cute are my shoes? Absolutely love them. So these are also chambers. This is the stadium, and yeah, you're pretty much overlooking everything. There's a field there. Kids play tennis, I think. I don't really know, but yeah. So I'm back in chambers. My chambers. Feels so good to say that. Our chambers, I know SC. there's a lot of people that asked me to advise them on whether or not, or like what I think would be better, like if they should do pupillage or they should go for articles, or you know, to become an attorney. And first things first, I think it depends on the kind of person that you are. It depends on what you want as an individual. Litigation is not for everybody, and a lot of the work that advocates do is litigation and courts and, you know, arguments and so forth and so forth, and a lot of drafting as well. When it comes to drafting, Gesana, that's our thing. Attorneys, they've got a lot of work as well, you know. It really depends. I can't really advise a person on Guti whether they should become an attorney or an advocate. I think that thing should come from you. You should decide what it is that you want to do based on your personality, based on the kind of things that you like to do. Another thing, I always say, like, I'm more than happy to help people out with whatever I can and whatever advice I can give you. But there's so much that I can say, and there's only so much that I can advise a person to do. Advise a person to do. For instance, there are certain things that you need to do research on yourself, like the different kinds of practices that advocates run versus the kind of practice that attorneys run. You need to do your research to figure out what the difference is between the two. I really don't believe that if you can be a final year law student or a second year, even first year law student, and not know the difference between an attorney and an advocate. If you don't, then that's very disappointing, because in your first year of varsity, you should know the difference between the different legal practitioners. And, you know, maybe not, you don't have to decide in your first year, but I mean, around your third, fourth year, you should know exactly what it is that you want to do, whether you want to be counsel or whether you want to be an attorney. You know, the benefits of being counsel and the benefits of being an attorney. I can only speak about being an advocate because I've always wanted to be an advocate, and that's exactly what I did. The journey is fulfilling, but it is very demanding and stressful. It's very, very stressful. Running practice is stressful. Like, it's stressful and it's expensive. And when the money starts to come, when it gets good, it gets really, really good. You know, somebody asked me, like, how's the money? I saw in one of my DMs, somebody actually asked me, how's the money? Like, I'm saying, when it gets good, it really gets good. You know, but before that, you really need to put in a lot of work. You need to put in a lot of sacrifice, and you need to do a lot of networking. I think Pule briefly told you guys about, you know, us here at Pabasa and the whole ethos of also being like a family type of thing. Everybody gets along here. I'd like to believe that everybody gets along here. You know, everybody's trying to make it, and everybody like is always open to assisting you with whatever they can assist you with, right? And so I think more than anything, the hardest part is like the first 3 years of practice. Now, this is something that everybody has been telling me, and at this point I'm sick and tired of hearing that, but that is really the time when you build your name, you build your practice, you know. I think it's a lot easier, to be honest, also for people that were working before they started doing their pupillage. It's really so much easier. Like, I'm not going to advise like a first year, a person that just graduated fresh out of varsity to go straight to the bar. You can, but you're going to have a lot of difficulty unless you've got like financial support at home and all of that. But you're going to have a lot of difficulty in terms of like the finances side of it. I wish that I had known that before I came to the bar. I wish I had worked and really saved up a lot of money, enough money for me to be able to pay my chamber fees for a certain period of time, so that I don't struggle as much. Excuse me, because now I came straight from varsity, did articles of clerkship to become an attorney, hated it, by the way, and then from there I went to the bar, and from the bar I became admitted. So I basically don't have any work experience apart from the work that I used to do when I was a varsity student. I used to tutor in varsity. So I used to work for the university and tutor. So I used to tutor criminal procedure, criminal law. What else did I tutor? Labor law. And what else did I tutor? I tutored a few things. Some of the things I was tutoring officially, like getting paid for them, and some of them I was just tutoring them because I wanted to assist. And so I also did campus radio. So I was on radio for a long time when I was in varsity, and obviously I left after I graduated. And then, I obviously run my business on the side, blended, because I manufacture hair products, but I didn't have like work experience, like any other work experience. So I didn't have any savings. Well, whatever savings I had, I ran through them during my pupillage time, because pupillage is unpaid, right? So for a whole year, you're not allowed to work, you're not allowed to run a business, you're not allowed to do anything except for focus on your pupillage, your training. So that also becomes very complicated, because for a year you're not making any money, but you're spending a lot of money. And then after that, I think there's a video actually when I spoke about how I ended up borrowing money from loan sharks. Funny enough, because the textbooks were so expensive, and even like at home they were just like, dog, like we've been like paying and supporting and stuff, and the money just wasn't there, and I really needed to pass my exams. And then I ended up in debt because I borrowed money from a loan shark, because I also don't qualify for a loan because I haven't actually been employed, right? So it was like a whole big mess, but thank God for better days, like that's past. But yeah, it was like a whole big mess, and it was a lot. And so even when you start pupillage, now you're starting from zero, you don't have any clients, but you need to take up chambers, and like maybe the cheapest chamber is like 10K, all the way up to almost 60 or more, and not 10K ones, like per month. And that doesn't involve your transport, so you need to travel to chambers. For instance, I don't have a car, so there's obviously cars at home, but then you need to pour petrol in those cars. If you're not driving those cars at home, you need to Uber. I don't like taxis personally. I've got an irrational fear of crossing roads. So if I have to get on a taxi, then I need to be stressed out about having to cross a road, because they usually drop you on the other side of the road, and then you need to cross the street and all of that. There's 100% chance of me getting hit by a car if I attempt to cross a road. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, I panic when I have to cross roads. So there's that. Uber. So for instance, for me to Uber from my house, because I'm in Centurion, to here in Chambers, it's like 240 a day. Yeah, like 240, 260 a day, depending on the time. So my Uber can be anything from 99 Rand to 130 Rand daily. So that's for me to Uber here and back. But like I said, guys, Pabasa is amazing, because now one of my senior counsels actually said, I'll pick you up in the mornings and bring you to Chambers, and in the evening you can Uber or you can find your way back home if I'm not ready to leave Chambers when you're ready to leave Chambers. Do you get? Or I'm ready to leave Chambers and you're not ready. That way then you're not spending as much money as having to Uber yourself every single day to come to Chambers. So now think about it. It's the chamber fees plus me having to pay for the transport every single day. And then obviously I need to eat. I need to have clothes. I need to look cute. I need to use the internet. Okay, there's Wi-Fi obviously here, but I'm just saying even at home, there's Wi-Fi there as well. But like, you get, man, there's expenses. There's a lot of things that come with practice. It's not just getting to work and getting home. That's not it. There's a lot of costs. And life itself is also expensive. Just generally existing as a human being, it's expensive to leave your house, to go to the shops. You have to spend money. You know what I mean? Like, so there's all of those things. And for a person who's never worked, who doesn't have any savings, doesn't come from a family of billionaires, think about how much money you're going to spend, So if you're a breadwinner, I do not recommend going straight into like practice, especially as counsel, because you work on referrals, briefs, and you depend on state attorney who doesn't brief some people. And for me personally, I haven't received work from state attorney as of yet. Right? I'm still hoping to receive work from state attorney. I know that I will now, because obviously I'm in a better position now. I'm affiliated with an SC now. Also, all the other seniors are also trying to help me out. Like, okay, this is what you need to send to the state attorney. You need to be introduced to the state attorney, this, that, and the other. Because they also brief people that they trust. And if you're a junior that nobody's ever heard of, why would they trust you? Do you get? So there's all of those factors that you need to think about. And yeah, I think I've covered the difficulties aspect of it. The good thing is that when you do get like a good brief, you bill and 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 you bill. And the more you bill, the more money you get. So when you do get paid, maybe after 97 days, because advocates don't get paid instantly. They get paid like in Joburg, there's this weird rule, there's this 97-day rule. So that's another how on its own. So maybe you do get paid and your brief pays out a good 60,000 to 100,000, right? Depending on how much you're billing, how much you appeared, and all of that. Let's say from that money, if you're smart, you would take some of that money and pay your chamber fees forward, right? So if I had to get a brief for maybe 60K or get my invoice for 60K now, I would pay my chambers for the next 3 months. So then in the next 3 months, I'm not worried about chambers. You get? I'm just concerned about breaking more and billing more and billing more, but I don't have to stress about your good month end they want their chamber fees, because that's now another problem on its own. Do you understand? So that's how most people survive. They pay in advance. So if you've got savings or you were working before and you retired or whatever the case may be, then you came to the bar. That's why you find so many old people at the bar. Some of them have got like a lot of work experience, 20 years work experience, 15 years work experience, 30 years, 40, and they're at the bar and they are better off, even though they might also be struggling to get work and stuff, but they're better off because they're not working against every day. I'm working towards getting money so that I can pay for this chamber fees monthly. So they'll pay maybe for the first 6 months and then work, and the money will eventually come back and you don't have to stress about that. Maybe you pay for the next 6 months again and then you're good for the year, and all the other money that you get, you use it for other things because the money is good when it is good, But the problem is there's all these other things that are contributing factors that make it more stressful. So as a baby junior, it gets just really overwhelming. I was ready to leave practice exactly a month ago. If you have been following me on Twitter, you would know that last month I literally posted that, guys, I'm at a point whereby I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready to go work for the state. I probably still even would go work for the state if I got maybe like a job as a state advocate or whatever. But I'll do that mostly for experience, more exposure, and for a stable income. Although working for a company, a private company, or working for the state can never give you as much money as working for yourself. That's the only benefit of being an entrepreneur, because when you get your money, you get it big time, depending on how hard you work. And at the state, it's always going to be consistent, which I need because I'm young, but it's always going to stay at the same level. And you get too comfortable when you work for a company and not for yourself, because you're comfortable with 20K a month and you're just like, that's good enough. That's fine if you are like starting up like me. You still need to buy yourself a car and all of that. But for a person who's made 100,000 rand to go now work for 30,000 rand, it doesn't make sense. Do you get? The only problem is that it's not consistent. Yabo. Whereas working for the government or working for a company, it's consistent. You're guaranteed your money every single month, although it's going to be the same amount every single month. You get? So those are some of the things that you also need to take into consideration when going into practice or when thinking about joining the bar. Because in the bar, you have to build your practice. You are your practice. You are the company, you yourself as an advocate. So I have this big file of a matter in a field that I've never done before. Well, I've done work on this field. I just have never done what I'm meant to do here. So I'm a bit stressed. I need to go through this entire file. And yeah, like I need to go through this entire file, and then I need to start drafting the papers, the necessary papers, and I need to have this done by next week Tuesday to go and file in the court. So stress sakasi go godimo, like I don't know how to explain it, like it's a lot. If I have this file that I need to read through, so that's exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, guys, I hope you got a bit of what it's like. I've shown you a bit, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you please don't forget to subscribe, guys. I beg. Okay, I'm doing this content for you guys, so please don't forget to subscribe. Please press on that subscribe button and like this video and share it as well. I will try and make more content. I see that a lot of people relate to also my legal content, like my law content, so maybe I'll make like an advocacy series type of thing from here going forward, and just kind of like take you guys with me to courts and things like that. Obviously my channel has been mostly about story times, but I have shared a lot of, you know, my journey into becoming counsel and all of that. I've shared that on a few of the vlogs, but definitely I see that a lot of people like this content. If this video gets positive feedback, then I'll probably film more. And if you guys have got like questions and stuff like that, then you can just DM me those questions, or like if you need certain advice or whatever, just DM me those questions and I'll be sure to make more videos and create more content for you and answer whatever it is that you ask. Yeah, so I think I'm going to leave this here because now I don't want to do this for an hour. Thank you very, very much for watching. Yeah, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Mwah, bye.